Well, good morning and welcome to another Thursday Thought. We had occasion, my wife and I did, to do a day trip yesterday to a rural part of the state. Now, by rural, I'm referring to a place with very few people, lots of livestock of various kinds, and not much else. The town we visited had no more than about 100 or so residents. It was located in the middle of prairie and farmland. A highway that didn't have a lot of traffic ran on one side of it, and a railroad ran beside the highway. We spent several hours there on business for the church, and during that time there was a time when we had nothing to do and we were waiting on someone else. Well, I went outside at that time and I noticed a few birds that were calling. I like to listen to birds, and so it piqued my interest. I didn't recognize one or two of those that I had heard, so I took out my phone and I started my Merlin bird app. Well, if you aren't familiar with Merlin, it's an app that listens to your environment and it describes and identifies birds by the sounds of their calls that's picked up by the phone. Now, it seems to be very accurate, and it's extremely sensitive to the most distant and even very soft calls. The app recognized 14 different species of birds the first time that I used it. Several minutes later, I tried it again and it recognized 16 different species. And although there was considerable overlap on species between those two recordings, there were combined 20 distinct species of birds recognized by Merlin. And sometimes I actually saw them and recognized them by sight. This is in a place far from any larger city or even a larger town, and sort of an oasis in the prairies of southern Kansas, Red Hills. But beyond that, however, I noticed something else. Other than the calling of the birds and the occasional human noise, there was a lot of nothing. Quiet. A train went through one time, breaking the silence, and once in a while, someone traveled on the highway about a quarter of a mile away. But other than the occasional shriek of a couple of kids who were playing a few blocks away, there was nothing. We live in Wichita, and it seems that no matter where one is in the city here, there's constant noise of some kind. Sometimes it's a plane overhead, sometimes a siren. Traffic is everywhere. There may be a train off in the distance. The sounds of construction are often mixed in with other noises. And even indoors, sounds of traffic, aircraft, and other noises filter in through walls and windows. Someone has a loud muffler. Someone else is riding a cycle or a four-wheeler. A helicopter goes by overhead. Sirens penetrate even well-insulated walls. And at times, all of these various sounds kind of gel together in kind of a low-pitched, almost imperceptible rumble or roar that just keeps on going. It never stops. It never ends. It never becomes truly quiet, like what I heard yesterday in the rural area where we were. One of the quietest places that I regularly visit here in Wichita is our backyard patio. Our patio and our backyard abuts the backside of Pawnee Prairie Park, so there are no neighbors behind us. We're about a mile from busy Kellogg and a good distance away from Mays Road. When the weather's right and the wind is cooperative, it's pretty much quiet back there. I hear plenty of birds along with the sounds of the park, trees rustling, people walking the paths, and so on. But there often is, even there, that low-pitched, almost imperceptible rumble of a mishmash of noises and sounds. And, of course, Eisenhower Airport isn't far away, so there's often the sound of something taking off or landing. Noise pollution is a real thing that has real effects on humans, animals, and the environment in general. It's known that with humans, noise pollution can cause cardiovascular issues as well as mental health issues and other problems such as lack of sleep and what goes along with that. Animal behavior is often altered by noise, and the environment in general can be affected by noise, even underwater and in the oceans. Do your own research on this if you have any interest. And what tends to complicate things for us is that we humans have become somewhat addicted to noise. We have to have the earbuds in, the radio on, or the TV going in the background. It seems that music has to be played while we're on hold on the phone. Offices, restaurants, and businesses have some kind of music going on and speakers in the ceilings. Being in a truly silent place tends to make us nervous and unsettled. I have to wonder if at least part of the tendency to want noise is that noise tends to keep us distracted from thinking, being alone in our thoughts, pondering the meaning of things, digging deeper into ourselves, considering things bigger than we are. Who are we? Why are we here? Where are we going? Many people don't want to go there. They'd much prefer not to have to think about such weighty matters. Because when those topics come up, invariably, life, death, the afterlife, God, and one's own shortcomings are a part of those thoughts. And that makes us uncomfortable, nervous, and even anxious. Maybe we need to, as the scripture says, be still and to know that I am God. Other translations say, stop the striving, desist, calm down, let it be, and know that I am God. The idea is to deeply ponder the truth that is God. May you be blessed this day.